Is going on, everybody? It is your boy Matt Stingray. Thanks for checking in to the Rock the Watch channel. So guys, today we are going to do the full review of the Orient Neo 70's solar chronograph. Now this is a Japanese domestic only model, so you gotta look certain places. You know, you can't just pick this. I mean, you could get it on Amazon, but it's sold. Takes a little while to come in. It's sold by it'll be sold by Japanese companies. Now, I'm not sure if Orient, I just want to put this out there real quick, stop making this. I looked all over the Orient site for this model. I put in the model number. I don't know if it's been discontinued or what. Couldn't find it on their website. But there still are, these are still out there for sale on eBay and some other websites. I think Amazon has some. When they hover around, right around the 260 with shipping, 280 range, somewhere around there. So let's just take a quick look at this beautiful watch before we get into the specs and features. And it is a good looking watch. So guys, let's take a look at the specs and features of this watch. This watch has a 42 millimeter case diameter. It is 12 millimeters thick. It has a 48 millimeter lug to lug. It has a 22 millimeter lug width. It is powered by a Japanese mecha quartz movement. Okay, it has topped with a mineral crystal, which I do not believe has any AR coating. Guys, the information on this is kind of slim. Like, yeah, I had to look all over to try to find info on this watch, and it's not easy. But this watch is made of stainless steel, as you can see. It has a signed 3 o'clock non-screw down crown. It has a screw down case back. It says stainless steel, signed with Orient. Let's see if we can hit that sucker there right quick. Get it in the focus. There we go. Made in Japan. Epson on the bottom. And it says light charge, which I think means solar. Duh. It does offer 100 meters of water resistance. Okay. Now the dial. The dial is very nice. As you can see, there is a raised black chapter ring all the way around the outside with 5-minute indicators and second line all the way around the whole thing. So you can get real precise timing. Okay. It has the double indice at the 12. And if you I hope I can get this on camera. Yeah, I can. It's kind of a stepped dial, so it offers a lot of depth. It looks very cool. As you can see, obviously it is the Panda style. We have the 3 subdials. This is the 24-hour subdial. This is a 60-minute timing subdial, and this is the running seconds subdial. Okay, and as you can also tell, they are different sizes. So these two are a little bit bigger than that one, or I should say that one is a little bit smaller than these two. It is not the indicators. The Lume indicators are these little tiny, point at those suckers, dots at the end of the indices. And if you look very close, you kind of see they are off just a little bit. But we will talk about that a little later when we get into some of the small issues with this watch. Otherwise, it is a very nice watch. Okay, bracelet, 22 millimeter at the top, tapering down to 18 millimeters. It has a lower end. I'm trying not to say cheap anymore. Lower end pressed double pusher clasp that is signed, 3 micro adjustments, and this bracelet is the lower end fold over style, which is held together with the split pins, kind of your standard split pin system. But I mean, it works just like a lot of bracelets, man. They'll last forever, even with the hollow end links. Yes, it does have hollow end links, and as you can see right there, there's a perfect example. They folded that bracelet, especially the center links, folded them right over. So this watch is, picked this up off of Amazon. I think I talked about this in the unboxing, and I'll put a link to that video down below. Picked it up off of Amazon. It's I think I ended up paying standard price, about $280 with shipping to the house. It's really cool watch. It's really nice looking, but I don't know that it's worth that much. The polishing on here is awesome. Okay, it just is. The polished bezel right there, if I didn't point out before, it does have a very beautifully polished bezel on the outside. It's very nice. With the, and I get it, the Japanese domestic model, there's rumors out there that they hold the best stuff for them, and I would agree with that because of the quality of this watch. It's very nice, but it's a little bit expensive. I think it's because it's a solar one. Now they offer a very similar model that actually has really cool like green hands on the sub dials, and but that one's not solar. And it's about, oh man, almost $100 cheaper. So I don't know if the $100 justifies the solar power. Don't get me wrong, it's cool, and I dig solar power watches, but maybe. But again, like everything, I guess worth is relative to what people are willing to pay for. So what do I like about this watch? This watch is very good looking, Panda style, and I'm kind of into that stuff. The Orient logo, gorgeous on here. It's a really good looking watch. The step dial and the depth of it, it's very nice. I'm digging how the chronograph works. It lines up perfectly. Date window, I'm glad it has a date. It's pretty cool. That one I like and dislike. Like the fact that it has a date. Dislike the fact that it's kind of hard to read. As you can see, I don't know if it looks like it sits super low, so it casts a shadow on the date. It's kind of hard to read. I'm not gonna lie. This watch wears beautifully. It's a very beautiful watch, but it does have some small issues, and we talk about those. Let's hit the first one. Date, okay? Because we're looking at the dial. Let's just take a look at the date. It is, yeah, difficult, as I've said. If you could kind of, I don't know, see if I can move it. It looks like it sits so deep in there that it's hard to read, man. It just casts a shadow. It's kind of difficult to read. Second, that kind of threw me off a little bit. Now, you look at the pictures and you'll see, you think it's this very bright white dial, and it's really not. It's kind of a milky white, off-white, but I don't even think it's really white, and I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up. I'm going to try, but this is like a stainless steel color. There you go. That's kind of picking it up. And see how the ring right here doesn't really match that color? That's not a deal breaker for me, but the ring doesn't match the dial, and the dial on this is actually not white. It is a really light colored stainless steel. You look at it straight on, it looks white. But when I hit it on the side, I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. See if I can get it to, again. I don't know if it's picking it up there, but it's actually a really light stainless steel color, which you'll be able to tell in person. I am a fan of very bright white. Look, like I said, I got watches all over this table. Look at that. This old Casio here. Look at how white that dial is. Can you see the difference now? So I was kind of like, okay. But like I said, you look at it straight on, it's white dial. What's next? Bracelet. Yeah. Bracelet is not the greatest in the world, and I know Orient and Seiko were all tied together somehow and all this kind of jazz, and this is very typical lower end Seiko style bracelet. So yeah, I mean overall it's a very nice watch, and I rock it. It's cool. After owning it for a while, I'm gonna say I don't think it's worth the close to $300 they're asking for it, especially when you got a bunch of watches like the one I'm wearing today, what I'll show you in a minute, that are $40, $50 more, maybe even $60, and they're just far and away better. But let's look at the Lume right quick. Let's talk about the Lume. All right, let's see if I can. Lume is not that great on here, gents. Yeah. That's really all you get. That's it. Kind of cool, but I don't know. Not the greatest. And oh, yeah, before I forget, let me talk about that. So, as you saw, the Lume was just little dots. I'm going to bring this pencil in here so I can get a little bit closer. Lume is just little dots. Now, if you can tell right there, see how it's off a little bit off the end of C? Not only is it off a little bit, so is that one, but the distance, so not only is it off center this way, but the distance is off on some of these. Look how much closer this one is than that one. So not only does it look like the dial is rotated a little bit with the Lume, but it's also like rotated and maybe shifted down a little bit because it seems to be closer to this, or maybe this ring is shifted, but it's not, anyway, it's not perfectly aligned. It's close, and you really wouldn't notice it, unless somebody pointed it out, and now I'm pointing it out to you, so you can't unsee it. So let's see what it looks like on the wrist. But before we do that, quick wristwatch check. What am I rocking today? Today I am rocking my Zelos Swordfish Titanium with the Midnight Blue Whirlpool dial. Now, this is an amazing watch, and this is one of the things I'm talking about, guys. So this watch, I think, was $369, so it was roughly probably $80 more than this. But what you get for your $80, good Lord have mercy. And it's all titanium? Come on, guys. This is why micro brands are so popular. Yeah. So there it is. I mean, it's retro. It looks really cool. The brushing is fantastic. The polishing on this watch is beautiful. It's a good looking watch. I just think there's certain things that I expected from it, and it didn't deliver. It's good. I dig it. I probably plan on keeping it because it's not a straight knockoff of a Daytona. So it's also part of my mission of finding a watch I can rock and people won't mistake it for a Daytona. But I just wanted to let you know it has a few small issues like most watches. So guys, if you like this type of content, please like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. And as always, rock that watch.